name's Shaun and thank you very much for joining us here at Rootshell Security for these tech talks. So what's this all about, you might ask? So firstly, you are the first viewers of what we hope will be a continuous media touch point where we'll be hosting a countless number of IT security technical tidbit delights. Some do's and some don'ts and a good dollop of general good practice and hopefully some last funs and giggles on the way. The idea is the tech talks will not only be informative but hopefully easy to follow and to encourage a better understanding of the technical perils that surround us in our daily lives. Now I'll leave the question who and what audience are these tech talks aimed at for you to decide, whether you're a hobbyist or an IT security consultant or a non-related trade that is just interested in tech but would like to know a little bit more on how to make your technical and IT life a safer and a more enjoyable place. So now that I've done the intros, let's dig into something with some legs. Let's talk about something that's quite relevant at the moment. It's happening all the time and it's called smishing. So what is smishing? Basically it's a form of social engineering, like phishing, however it leverages your mobile phone using what's called the SMS or the short message service text. We've all seen them and perhaps noted a marked increase in their volume, their persistence and their ever plummeting levels of ethics. Basically it's a text message to get you to do something useful for the sender, and this could be to action a link that's embedded in the text or to get you to do something on their behalf. Now you might put your trust into the origination or the sender of the text, and you might be thinking this can't be spoofed or even manipulated, right? Well, that's wrong, and we're going to demonstrate that and how that can be easily bypassed. And with the right know-how, tech, an attacker or a threat actor or just a general bad egg can potentially do what they want with this 11 character field, or what's also called the source header. Okay, what we're going to do now is dive over into the Rootshell labs and we're going to have a couple of demonstrations. Let's have some demos. Okay, so thanks for joining me here at the Rootshell labs. What we're going to do is have a quick look at a couple of different smishing scenarios that you're likely to see in the wild. In fact, most of us have probably actually come across them. This is a typical mobile phone. Nothing special about it. It's in our lab environment, and all we're going to do here is fire some texts into it, obviously trying to mimic the actions thereof of a smisher. Here we go. Okay, so the first example that we're going to do here is going to be the opportunistic sort of smish. And like we said, they tend to come from common names like tax office, Royal Mail, post office, and like I said before, NHS COVID related text, which are most unsavoury. But all the same, what we're going to do here is replicate this within our lab. What I'm going to do here is send a text from the source of delivery. Now that could be anything, like I said, from one of those names I've just given you. And what we're going to do there, we're going to try and trick the user into clicking on a link because they've got a parcel delivered. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire that text in and you'll see it appear on the phone imminently. And the wheels of magic will turn and hopefully we shall have a text. And there we go. So we now have a text. It's appeared. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that text up and you can see there we've got one called delivery. We'll go into that and you can see here, you have a parcel waiting for you at our depot. Reference number, blah, blah, blah. Please follow the link to arrange delivery. Thank you. You see here, this link has been embedded. It could be anything that the attacker wants to use, which is useful to them to entice you to visit a website, or maybe to, to go there to enter some information, whether it's credit card details or your personal information. All the same, they're trying to grab something from you. So in this particular test, the link there takes you to obviously Rootshell Security's website, and we can just click on that link and you'll see that the phone will take me via the browser to the website. And there you go, straight into Rootshell. So that's example one. Now, the other scenario is what you call a targeted attack or a spear smish. And this is where the attacker will single you or a small group of people out for the attack. They'll typically have a focused objective and a theme and have phone numbers of real entities, people that you potentially know, and that they could masquerade as or spoof in a hope of tricking you that they are that real person. Attacks having the ability to spoof a source number, for example, are absolutely devastating attack vectors. I'll tell you what, let's create an example. As you can see here at the moment, we already have a thread of text from my accountant. This is a fictitious number here, so please don't get dialing it. This is obviously in the lab environment. So we go into that text there, you can see that I'm expecting the bank details to be sent over. So if an attacker knew that I was expecting some bank details and they were able to spoof my accountant's number, they could potentially obviously send me some dodgy bank details in which I'll be expected to deposit my money in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send a text spoofing that number with a rogue bank account detail in there. Here we go. So what you'll find is, because I'm spoofing the number, it will appear within the thread of the text. Now, any minute now, it should appear. And there you go. There's the text. Hi there. Please transfer the funds to the test bank. We've called it test bank. And the account number is blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Okay, so I hope those demos work for you. You can actually see how an attacker or a nefarious user could manipulate a text message to send to you and purport it to be from an original sender. Scary, scary attack vectors. These are devastating attacks because people trust their phones. Again, this was all done in a lab environment. It's here for education, and it's to teach you and make you guys more aware of what's out there. Verify everything. If you get a text and you're unsure about it, don't act on it. Verify, verify, verify. I can't say this enough. Protect yourself, protect your family, and we'll catch up soon. Bye.